SoundBullet version 2 with USB-C is here, but if you've got version 1 like me, don't worry, we've got the upgrade kit from Senect to take a look at today. Support the channel and watch these videos ad-free on Patreon for only $1 a month, linked in the description. Let's get the disclosures out of the way. Senect did send this one over for testing, but beyond that, this is not a sponsored video in any way at all. Second, let's take a moment to acknowledge just how nice it is in 2023 to have any company offering an upgrade kit for a product that they're releasing a version 2 of. Most companies would much rather sell you a second version at full price rather than deal with the cost and complexity of making upgrades possible, not to mention the additional risk of making it a kit that users can upgrade themselves. I think it's great. I love it when companies believe that their customers can understand their products. We are bombarded by companies wanting to build communities around their products these days, but who treat us as customers like idiots. If you want passionate customers, you've got to give them something to be passionate about. And I think that confidence that Senect has that their customers can open these up and affect an upgrade on their own speaks volumes about how they really feel about their customers. And that's going to pay off for them in a big way over time. But back to this kit, this one is not currently for sale on their website. You need to email them to get the details and current price to order a kit to wherever you are in the world. But if you do order one, they'll send you a really easy to follow how-to video, which is what I used to upgrade mine, and which is also why this video is not a how-to. Follow theirs, it's very complete, and they've done a great job at making this simple to walk yourself through pretty quickly. So I think most people are going to want to know if this is an upgrade you should order and attempt yourself. You can see all the steps I'm taking here and the simple tools you'll need. There isn't any soldering or modifications that you have to make to the device with this kit. It is somewhat plug and play, but that being said, it's more involved than adding like a stick of RAM to your computer. There is some finesse involved for sure, dealing with the wiring and small connectors, but if you can follow instructions and go carefully, it's not a complicated process. The most significant risk you run is potentially damaging the internal battery, which can be pretty dangerous if you're not prepared for what that looks like. So seriously, don't pierce or puncture the battery in any way during this process. The battery is also critical because Senect cannot mail you individual batteries as replacements due to regulations, so you really don't want to damage yours. If you're comfortable taking apart gear and have done that before without breaking things though, I give the SoundBullet high marks for how easy it is to take apart intuitively compared to most modern electronics, especially ones of this size. With that being said, I know some people aren't great at being delicate with small connectors and fragile wiring or internal components, and again, there is a bit of finesse involved in taking these apart and fitting it all back together into its case again. It would not be hard to accidentally pop a component off the board if you're not careful, so be honest with yourself about your experience before you risk doing this. I'm not sure I'd recommend it as a first electronics project for anyone considering the cost of all the components involved, but if you are determined enough, it is doable. Now, I reached out to David, who created this thing over at Senect.
So hi there, my name is David Skortecha. And I'm the creator and developer of the SoundBullet.
And wanted to know more about what the challenges were in swapping over to USB-C. And it isn't obviously just as simple as swapping the connector. As soon as you swap one component on a product this small, of this kind of complexity, you're going to have to do some reconfiguring on the boards and with different components. It's got a knock-on effect throughout the entire product. But the only real noticeable change from a user standpoint is when you go into the cable test mode now, it actually cycles between the pins so you don't have to advance them manually, and that's a nice little upgrade they've thrown in as well. Apparently there are also some considerable challenges they had to overcome around chip shortages, supply chain issues, and it almost turned into an entire product redesign from what I understand. So really amazing that they were able to get this pushed out as the version 2 of the SoundBullet, as well as this kit, so quickly in the bigger scheme of things. So a huge thank you to Senect for sending this over. It's a massive privilege to get to test these things and share them with you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and as always, we'll try to get you answers directly from the source. Thanks so much for watching.